Well, I come from a family of, people know who my father is, and my father's Deepak Chopra, and the whole world knows him as a teacher. I grew up, reading the stories of Durga, who rides around on a tiger, and the ferocity of the tiger is embodied through her as well. And that connection between animals in general and the divine sort of beings, it's all one. So tapping the spiritual and mythological traditions of our ancestry, there's tremendous wisdom of how connected we are to our environments, how connected we are to every single being on this planet.
My parents being from India, the tiger is such a symbol there, and it's such a proud part of that country and the history and tradition. There is one experience that I have to say is etched in my mind in a way that I probably won't even be able to describe that well. I remember the very first time I actually went on a safari, one of the tigers started walking up to the car, and I was young, and I remember I locked eyes with him, and I immediately felt, oh my God, I have to put up my window, and what if, what if, and I didn't. I don't know why, and I don't know how this is going to sound, but I honestly felt like I had this moment with this tiger, and I looked him right in the eye, and I know he was looking right at me, and I had the most amazing feeling of peace and kind of this, we got each other. We're on the same page. It's the best example that I've had in my life of a moment that is equally scary, yet otherworldly.
I was in Africa for the month of August in 2010. We did get to spend a bit of time on the Kenyan Reserve, which is where I had my first contact with indigenous African lions and cheetahs. Being that close to a wildcat was kind of a life-changing experience for sure for me.
I think there's a lot we can learn from the animals. They're instinctive. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're very trusting. They're devoted. They're loyal. These are spiritual qualities.
They have the most special spirit, the way that they all interact with each other, the way that they interact with us, and the way that I feel like they've been able to do their own thing without too much of our kind of influence until recently. By
2022, I think 12 years from now, wildcats in their natural habitats could be all but extinct. And that's a tragedy.
When I hear that they might be extinct because of things that we can actually control, that's what makes me crazy. It's unacceptable.
Where big cats are indigenous, you can judge an entire ecosystem based on the health of the big cat populations. And now that we have more big cats in captivity than we do in the wild, we have a serious problem.
The loss in terms of what it would do to our ecosystem and our food and water supply is disastrous.
Animals, or the ecosystem, is just another expression of ourselves. In India, we have a saying, I am the universe, and I think you can take that very literally. The air is my breath, the rivers are my circulation, the earth is my body. So the environment is just another expression of yourself. It's the tangled hierarchy of all things. And yes, the devastation of the ecosystem, while seemingly some alien sort of thing, has a very direct effect on us. And, the depletion of the ozone, it affects our health. The depletion of the atmosphere, it makes us more exposed to the sun, whether it's in the human world of revolutions, or if it's in the natural world of tsunamis, or it's, what we're doing to our ecology. I'm a bit scared at times of the world that I'm going to pass on to my son. So I think I've started to try to be a lot more conscious about my own actions and about my own contributions. Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. If you are more conscious of yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, you absolutely have a very tangible effect on the ecosystem around you. There's a long way to go. I mean, there's a tremendous way to go for people to realize just, how much the environment is connected to every action of theirs.
I can't imagine a world where you're not going to see a wild animal again. That to me is like just the saddest state that humanity could reach.
I think about all the fairy tales that we have with them in it, that we use to teach life lessons. The story of the lion and the bird, or the lion and the this, or the tiger and the that. I mean, there's so many of them. And to think that that might become mythology for them and not something that they would ever have in their life, and they're, what's a lion? How would you even answer that? And then to explain that we were the reason why they're no longer a part of the world is, I wouldn't know how to do that.
It's overwhelming. I mean, as is any sort of statistics about what we are doing to ourselves by virtue of what we're doing to the environment. I think of our narrative as being disrupted. Our story is being disrupted literally by the changes that we're causing in the planet. If we don't act soon, if we don't change our behavior rather dramatically, the narrative is going to get changed. We may not be here. I think everything's at stake. I think literally we are at a tipping point. The human species is capable of amazing things. The art, the poetry, the music, what beauty we are really capable of creating. It would be a shame to throw it all away because of indifference, because of ignorance, because of laziness. This is the age of technology. The discoveries that we have made in the last 25 years are unprecedented, and the growth of technology has been more rapid than at any time in the history of human civilization. I think we have a choice what to do with that technology, to take it further into the world of violence, industry, pollution, ecological devastation, social injustice, or we can take this incredible technology of social networking, of the ability to spread our message, the ability to reach critical mass, and we can cause a shift in collective consciousness, and we can all collectively play a part in the resurrection of the ecosystem.